Did you know your brain is secretly lying to you every single night before you sleep? And that one tiny ritual can flip those lies into miracles. Stay with me, because once you hear this, you'll never look at your bedtime the same way again, beloved. Let me tell you this eternal truth. The last thought you hold before drifting into sleep is not a passing whisper. It is a command etched into the fabric of your tomorrow. As your body surrenders to rest, your mind opens like fertile soil, ready to receive the seed you plant. And the universe, in its infinite responsiveness, takes that seed and begins shaping circumstances, people, and opportunities to match it. If you close your eyes with worry, that worry becomes the architect of your next dawn. If you surrender to doubt, doubt becomes the shadow that greets you in the morning. But if you send forth gratitude, abundance, and faith as your final vibration, then, my dear, the universe is shocked into swift action, rushing to deliver more of what you dared to believe. Understand, this sleep is not an ending, it is a sacred beginning. Each night you cross a bridge between the seen and unseen, and what you carry across determines the treasures or trials you will meet. The great mistake so many make is allowing the debris of the day, arguments, fears, regrets, to be their final offering to the silence of night. Yet the wise one knows that the last thought is the most powerful prayer, the most potent declaration, the most magnetic command. So I ask you, what thought will you choose to be your envoy to the universe tonight? Will it be a complaint, or will it be a song of victory? Will it be fear, or will it be the unshakable knowing that all is already well? Do not underestimate this moment, for it is not small. It is the seed that determines the harvest. Close your eyes each night as if the entire universe is listening, for indeed it is. And remember this, the thought you choose to carry into sleep is the thought that creates the morning you awaken to. When night falls and your eyes grow heavy, it is not the time to beg the heavens for favors, but to stand in the quiet majesty of command. The universe does not respond to pleading, it responds to certainty. To plead is to confess lack, but to declare is to reveal abundance already secured. When you whisper your word before sleep, let it be spoken not as a wish, but as a decree. Say not, I hope tomorrow brings me what I desire, but it is already mine, and tomorrow will reveal it. That single shift shocks the unseen forces into motion, for they are compelled by conviction, not by doubt. Do you not see, beloved, that your word is law to your own world? Each time you announce a thing is already complete, you weave it into form. The one who begs places themselves as a beggar at the gates of abundance, but the one who commands knows they already stand within the palace. Your voice, charged with faith, is the scepter in your hand, and when spoken with assurance, even in a whisper before sleep, it reaches into the silence of eternity and stirs creation itself. There is great power in this sacred moment, for your mind, slipping into the drowsy state, is unguarded and receptive. What you impress upon it with confidence cannot be denied. Declare your wealth, your healing, your love, your triumph, as if it were already carved into the fabric of your being. Say, it is done. Feel the certainty of that truth echoing through your spirit. Then rest, knowing the command has gone forth and the universe is already arranging itself to obey. So tonight, do not fall asleep as a beggar of blessings, but as the master of your word. Speak as though the heavens have no choice but to answer, because indeed, they do not. Before you surrender to the sweetness of sleep, there is a holy cleansing that must take place, and it is called forgiveness. The heart cannot carry resentment into the night and expect to awaken to miracles. Bitterness is a chain, and if you go to bed bound, you will rise still bound. But when you release every grudge, when you let go of the sharp edges of the day, you step into sleep free, light, and untouchable. The one who forgives before sleep does not lie down in defeat, they lie down in power. Understand this truth. Forgiveness is not a gift you give to others, it is the key that unlocks your own prison. When you say, I release them, I release the past, I release the wound, you are really declaring, I choose my freedom. The universe cannot fill hands that are still clutching yesterday's offenses. But empty your heart, cleanse your mind, and suddenly you create room for blessings beyond measure. It matters not if you were right or wrong in the eyes of the world. What matters is whether you choose peace over poison. Each night, wipe the slate clean, for the subconscious mind records every unfinished story you leave behind. And if you sleep with anger, you plant anger in your dreams. If you sleep with resentment, you water the roots of delay. But if you forgive, if you truly let it go, then your dreams become gardens of possibility, and your tomorrows bloom with unexpected joy. So as you close your eyes tonight, whisper within, I set myself free. I set them free, I release all that was, and I walk into the new. Let forgiveness be the lullaby that carries you into rest, for the one who forgives before sleep is the one who awakens to a universe eager to favor them. As you drift into that gentle space between waking and sleeping, you step into the most fertile ground of all, the garden of your subconscious. In that quiet, drowsy state, every word, every image, every feeling sinks deeper than it could in the noise of the day. This is the sacred moment to plant seeds, not of fear, not of lack, but of prosperity, health, love, and joy. Whatever you allow to enter your mind in those final moments does not simply disappear with your dreams. It takes root, it grows, and it begins to shape the life that greets you in the morning. Imagine your thoughts as seeds in your hand. Would you scatter weeds upon your garden, knowing you must wake to them in bloom? Or would you plant roses, fruit trees, and golden wheat, so that your harvest is rich and beautiful? Each night you are given this power, yet so many waste it, filling their subconscious with worries, replaying arguments, reliving failures. They plant thorns, and then wonder why the dawn stings them. But the wise soul knows better. The wise soul chooses to plant only what they wish to see multiplied. Speak gently to your inner self before sleep, for it listens with perfect faith. Whisper, I am prosperous, I am loved, I am whole, I am guided. See the vision of the life you desire as if it were already shining brightly before you. Let gratitude wrap around those visions like sunlight upon a seed. And then let go, trusting that the soil of your subconscious will nurture it through the night. When you awaken, you may not yet see the sprout, but do not doubt the process. Roots grow first, unseen beneath the surface, and soon enough the evidence appears. So plant wisely each night, for the harvest of your days is born in the silence of your sleep. There is a sacred silence that descends with the night, a silence the world rarely notices because it is too busy chasing distractions. Yet in that silence lies the infinite. It is in the stillness, when the noise of the day has faded and the voices of the world have quieted, that the soul can hear its own true voice. And in that voice is the power to command, to create, to align with the eternal law that governs all things. The silence of night is not empty. It is alive, it is full, it is waiting for the word you speak into it. When you enter that hush before sleep, you are stepping into a temple not built by human hands. The stars above and the breath within you form the pillars, and the invisible responds to the vibration of your declaration. Speak into the stillness, and it does not fade away. It echoes, rippling through the fabric of the universe, finding the places where your word must take form. Do not underestimate the quiet, for it is not weakness. It is the womb of power. It is in this stillness that alignment takes place. When you release fear and replace it with faith, when you hush doubt and lift your voice in certainty, you match yourself with the infinite rhythm. And when you are aligned, nothing can be withheld from you. The silence of night is a canvas, and your word paints the picture. The more vivid, the more certain, the more alive your declaration, the more the universe rushes to make it real. So tonight, when all is quiet and you are alone with your thoughts, do not fill that sacred space with worry or complaint. Speak your word as if the entire universe is leaning in to listen, because it is. And remember, the silence of night is not emptiness, it is the echo chamber of creation. When you practice this sacred ritual with faith and consistency, you will begin to notice something extraordinary. The world itself will start to bend in your favor. What once seemed impossible begins to unfold with ease. The doors that were closed suddenly open. The people you needed to meet appear as if by divine appointment. Opportunities that once seemed distant come rushing toward you. And you will stand in wonder, asking, how did this happen so quickly? But deep within, you will know it was not chance. It was the echo of your word, spoken each night with certainty, reverberating through the unseen until it had no choice but to appear in the scene. The universe responds with shock, not because it resists, but because so few ever dare to speak with such conviction. Most drift into sleep, weighed down by fear, chained by doubt, resigned to delay. Yet you, who declare, who forgive, who plant seeds and command the silence, awaken in a different world altogether. It is as though you are carried upon a current of favor, lifted above obstacles that once seemed immovable. What others call luck, you will know is law. What others call coincidence, you will recognize as the precise arrangement of divine order working on your behalf. This is the miracle of alignment. When you speak as though it is done and rest in that truth, life rushes to prove you right. The outer world begins to mirror the inner declaration, and soon what was only a whisper in the night becomes the testimony of your days. So trust this. The ritual you practice before sleep is not a small thing.